Hey everyone, I'm going to do an off-the-cuff review of the latest Denzel Curry mix, Blood In, Blood Out. Now this is a mix that was released onto Denzel Curry's YouTube channel, I believe January 6th of 2020, obviously. And at first I didn't mind it all that much. I thought it was going to be very similar to his If I Was in a Rock Band, mix that he put out on his channel earlier in 2019 after he put out the Bulls on Parade cover, which, if you guys know, my favorite single of 2019. I didn't care for that mix all that much, honestly. I thought it wasn't bad. However, it was just not memorable in all that interesting of a way. It wasn't really grabbing the same way as a Denzel Curry project would be. However, there are so many reviews on this mix about how it was so great, it was so amazing, it was so intense or something like that. And so I just decided to check it out. And holy shit, man. Holy shit. This thing is fun as hell. It's 13 minutes of unadulterated hardcore hip-hop and southern hip-hop too. It has that dirty south sound to it, and it also has a little bit of that Memphis rap scene too. It all comes together amazingly, and you also have this trap metal sound, which works well in Denzel Curry's favor, extremely well. And not only is the production of this thing fantastic, but the bars, the lines, the verses on this entire mix are witty, clever, hilarious, and very smart too. I remember this one line, and there's a good amount of lines on this project that are like this, but this is the one I remember off the top of my head. Lactose, you ain't making bread, that's why you lack toast. And I had to pause it for a moment, like, did he really just say lactose? You ain't making bread, that's why you lack toast? Like, damn, like, I was like, holy shit, wow. Like, I know that's not, like, super, like, lyrical or anything like that, but it just made me, like, I don't know, love. It reminded me of the wordplay an Eminem would do. Early Eminem, where he was clever, he was witty, he had those nice and clever bars back in his older, like, more better days, right? In his better days. And, it reminded me of that. And, it not only does this remind me, the lyrics remind me of, like, an early Eminem. Yeah, you do have that occasional corny line, like this, like the line, I beat the shit like the diaper. No, that ain't it. However, you have so many lines and verses and bars on this that just surpass that one mediocre line. It's just incredible. This is the lyricism of an Eminem, but the production style of just a southern hip-hop album, similar to maybe a 2 Chainz or another person that I can't think about right now. But the mood of this mix is intense, it's raw, and it's fun as hell. Check this thing out, because I was not expecting this to be as fun, as energetic, and as killer as this shit is. This thing is fucking amazing. Damn, man. He comes through with Imperial, tops that with fucking Taboo. Then he takes us down a route of fun southern hip hop. And, we thought, okay, now he's going to come through with a better project. Fuck it. He's going to put out a mix, 13 minutes long, and it's going to be all killer, no filler, and, man, this thing is just fun from front to back. Like, I'm I'm shocked. I'm like, jaw on the floor, snatched, my wig is gone. But seriously, this thing is really good. Like, really good. If you were kind of questioning whether or not this was oh, it's just a mix, it's just a side project, it's just kind of this thing that he put out on a whim. Don't. There are moments on here that are like, they're alright at best, but the other parts outshine those moments. If Denzel Curry can hone in this style, come through with amazing, clever, and wordy and witty lines, rather, then with this level of production too, with amazing production, give us 30 to 40 minutes of this, and holy shit, you have probably a perfect album under this belt, under his belt, because the intensity of this project, the rawness of this project is unmatched, in my opinion. It's unparalleled. And again, I have somewhat of an affinity towards this sound because I grew up in the era of bombastic, in-your-face styles of music. The bling era happened, and oh man, this just reminds me of that bombast that people like Little John would have, and just their no fucks given kind of attitude. It just reminds, that's what this mix reminds me of, and Denzel Curry's attitude, it just reminds me of this. He fucking murdered it. He fucking murdered it, and I couldn't be happier. And I'm never usually a fan of an artist or a band. However, this is the mix that made me like a fan. And while I'm not going to be sitting here saying every project that Denzel Curry has ever put out is perfect, it's stellar, it's amazing, I still think Zoo is a good album. However, it was just shy of making my top 30 albums list. It did make it onto my honorable mentions though. I still saw flaws in it, and that was a fun record. I still think there are like subtle problems with Imperial, with Taboo. However, these problems, like this mix, they don't really matter all that much because everything around it is just incredible and fantastic. If Denzel Curry can pull through with a 30-40 minute project of material similar to what we got on this, with better mixing and better sound control and better EQ, then he can pull through with what I believe an album could be on par with, like, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Not in the same way it's like, oh, it's the same sound or whatnot, but in the same way that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came out in 2010 and defined what music came out in that decade. You had artists like Kendrick Lamar inspired by that album, and Frank Ocean and J. Cole, who wanted to make their My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies too. You could have something like that. We could see a resurgence or even a new genre, or rather a growing trend of trap metal and southern hip-hop, hardcore hip-hop. We might see that Memphis scene come out and rise from the ground, and if it sounds anything like this, I'm excited for it. I'll leave it at that. Denzel Curry has done it again on another project, man. Man, this is good. This is good. Listen to it. Check it out. If you are intrigued by anything I just said, it's short review. I know this went on for a little too long, but hey, check it out. I'll leave the link down below. Thanks for watching. What would you rate this? I'll keep a poll up there somewhere. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.